Hey guys, welcome to part 5 of my Doctor Who collection. We're still going on with the DVDs, and now we're starting with the Colin Baker years. First up, we have the Twin Dilemma. A lot of people don't like this one, but I think it's pretty good. It's got some bad elements to it, such as these two guys right there, the twins, and then the giant slug. Yeah, but other than that, Colin Baker, this is his first episode. He does a superb job in this. He brings a lot to the role, and I think he saves this episode from mediocrity, really. Next, we have Vengeance on Varos. Colin Baker has said this is his favorite story from his time, and it's a pretty good one. It's kind of poking fun at reality shows, and I forgot to mention that a few episodes back, I believe, Planet of Fire, we got a new companion. Her name is Perry. She's played by the gorgeous Nicola Bryant. Yeah, this is a good story. I recommend picking that one up. Now we have The Mark of the Rani. This is the first story to introduce a new Time Lord, the Rani, and she's doing these medical experiments on people in 19th century England, and it's kind of historical because it takes place during the Luddite Rebellion. Yeah, this is a good story. The Master's also in this as well. So it's a good story. I quite enjoy it. Now we have The Two Doctors. This is written by Robert Holmes, who is a really good writer, but this one, the story is kind of jumbled. You do have Patrick Troughton reprising his role as the second Doctor, and the Sontarans are, of course, back. And this story spawned the whole Season 6B theory. But yeah, I mean, it's an okay story. It's just not great. Now we have Time Lash. This is another one that people seem to hate on, and rightfully so. There are a few things in here that aren't very good. The overall plot is okay. I actually like it. I think the makeup design on this guy is great, but some of the special effects in it are really, really bad. But it's really not as bad as people say, so I mean, just give it a chance, really. Now we're moving on to Revelation of the Daleks. This was written by Eric Sayward, and this is a decent story. It is... The problem with it is that the Doctor and his companion don't really feature that much in the first part. This is a two-part story, but each part is 45 minutes long. And it focuses more on the supporting cast than it does on the Doctor and Perry. But that being said, this is a pretty decent story. One worth checking out. Now, after the season that ended with Revelation of the Daleks, the show was put on hiatus. Then it was brought back, I think a year later, and they had already made plans for I think it was season 23, but they decided to scrap all that and just go with a new one because the show was kind of on trial, so to speak. So they decided, let's put the Doctor on trial again. So we have the Trial of the Time Lord. This is a 14-part epic. I don't know if you call it epic, really, but it's a 14-part overlapping story. So first off, we take a look at The Mysterious Planet. This is written by Robert Holmes, and this is a pretty decent story to start out with. Some nice special effects in it, and the overall story is pretty good. Next, we're moving on to Mind Warp. This is Perry's last story, and this isn't very good. You have Seal again, this guy right there, a little lizard guy there. He was brought back from Vengeance on Varos, but this just wasn't a very good story. Now we have Terror of the Vervoids. Now you can obviously, this is the design of the Vervoid. You can kind of tell what it looks like, but I mean, these are supposed to be plant creatures, vegetable creatures, and this story is supposed to be set up like a kind of a murder mystery, kind of Agatha Christie type deal. And this is written by Pip and Jane Baker, who also wrote Mark and the Rani. This is just okay, and this is the first story to have Bonnie Langford in it as the Doctor's new companion, Mel. But it's okay. Then we have The Ultimate Foe, and this is the last story in the Trial of the Time Lord. It wraps up everything, and it does a pretty good job of it. And there are some nice revelations in it, some twists in it that are nice, and the Master's back, as always. So, this is pretty good. I would definitely recommend at least renting Trial of the Time Lord just to watch it in the whole. Now, moving on to the Sylvester McCoy years, we have, first off, Ghostlight. This is written by Mark Platt, and a lot of people don't understand the story, or say they have to watch it multiple times. I more or less got it the first time I watched it, and yeah, watching some of the special features on it definitely helps to give you a better understanding of the story, but it's really not as complicated as people make it out to be. And it's actually a really well-written four-parter. So I would definitely recommend picking this up, because I really, really enjoyed this one. Next we have one of my favorite Sylvester McCoy's stories. This is The Curse of Fenric. This has to do with, it's kind of vampires set in the 1940s, I believe, during World War II. But this is a 2-disc set. This has a new movie-length version of all 4 episodes that are kind of just put into, all edited together. This is a really good story. It's written by Ian Briggs. This is story number 158. I would definitely recommend picking this up. Now we're moving on to the last story from Doctor Who, the classic series. This is Survival. And this is written by Rona Munro. And this is a really cool story. It has the Master back in it, but Anthony Ainley does a great job in this, because he got to play the Master a little bit more like Roger Delgado did. So he does a great job in that. It has a lot of people didn't like the costume design for the cheetah people, but I thought it was fine. And the story is just really good on this one. This is a 3-parter, but I definitely recommend picking this up. Right, now going into the new series, which started in 2005. First we have, I don't have the slip cover, I don't know where it is right now, but we have the complete first series of the new series. This stars Christopher Eccleston and Billie Piper, and this is written by Russell T Davies. And he did really the impossible. He brought back this show in a different format. Instead of like 4 parts with 25 minutes each an episode, he translated that into just a 45-minute story spanning over a 13-episode series. And he infused drama into it and just made it a Saturday night drama. And it works very, very well. Yeah, there are a few episodes in a set of 13 episodes that aren't that good, but there are more good ones than bad ones in this set, and I would definitely recommend picking this up. Also, another thing about Russell T Davies, he does kind of have this sense of humor that might be a little, I want to say, maybe childish. He does go over the top in some of his jokes, but he's a decent storyteller, and he did write some pretty excellent scripts for the first series. Now moving on to the complete second series. I don't know where the slipcover is for this, but I'll find it. It does have this nice holographic time tunnel on the front, which I like. This is the first series to star David Tennant in the lead role as the Doctor, who's become many fans' favorite Doctor. This is again written by Russell T Davies. He's the executive producer, or one of the executive producers and script editor and main writer on the show. But this has some great episodes in it. Tooth and Claw is one of my favorites. The Christmas Invasion, that's the first Christmas special they had, and the first one to star David Tennant. and the finale in this is great too. So some really good episodes in this one, and you get audio commentaries, on all the episodes in these. So really great pickup to have.